Alright, so I've had to cut this into 2 videos here just to cover the final bits of this game, the disasters, and then I'll cover some of the scenario settings, or well, the setting itself, just to give you an idea of what goes on there. The monster apparently has left fires behind in areas that I don't even think you visited. Sometimes the monster is really not all that destructive at all. I mean, he might blow up a building or 2 and then just wander through the area, not really doing much. And as usual, the most dangerous thing that they leave behind is fire, which will constantly just follow around roadways and other buildings. But so long as you've kept up a decent amount of fire departments, you'll be able to just surround fires and take them out real quickly. Other than that, let's see what else we got. Hurricane is essentially oh yeah, there we go. It's essentially like a flood with some wind damage involved, instead of a cross between the tornado and the flood. So you'll have just random buildings kind of exploding here and there, or crashing, while like one side of the map just gets taken out by water. Yeah, see, just random things will get destroyed on your map while the flood comes in and takes out one side of the map. Again, and here's a button that will really help you out taking care of the yeah, okay, will help you out taking care of the disasters, is this show zones button. That way you can take out all the buildings that are still standing, and you can take a look at any of the infrastructure that's still standing. You can come in, replace specific pieces of the infrastructure, and clear the zones out. You really don't have to clear the zones out because the demand for them is great enough that they'll eventually just rebuild themselves anyway, but it can help figure out exactly what you had in those places beforehand. And that's usually one of the largest headaches of the disasters, is the whole figuring out what you had in places. Because as long as you got a headed zone there, the zones will just rebuild. If you had a municipal building there of some sort, such as a, maybe you had a fire station there, and when you go to rebuild, you forget exactly what you have there. The best way to do it is just kind of look around the area. If you notice, there's a big space missing where there was an unzoned building, such as, say, this square here. You just kind of look around the area and say, well, I'm short a fire station, so let's put a fire station there. Even if it wasn't exactly the same building you had there, so long as you are covering an area with something that's necessary to that area, it's not going to hurt you too much. In fact, I bet that was actually a fire department, or a police department, but it doesn't matter. I'm not saving these anyway. Alright, so what else we got? The earthquake. Earthquake is just a random shake. You'll have a bunch of fires just start randomly throughout an area of the map. I think that the earthquakes are probably the worst, just because you're looking at a bunch of small fires just popping up. If you don't get to them quickly, or like me, you happen to have these break out while you are alt-tabbed or doing something else on the map and it doesn't show you these things, you'll have fire spread like crazy in a relatively short amount of time, which, oh yeah, ouch. Again, the best way to probably take care of these is to pause the game real quick, like, take your zones out so you can see what's going on, and then bulldoze around them so that they can't spread outwards. Yeah, I'm sure the people complain a bit about you destroying their houses and their buildings and their businesses, but you know what? They'll rebuild it. They have a very, very short-term memory in this game, so you can destroy just about everything, and so long as they have the ability to build it back, they'll forget about it within a month or two. But yeah, you come in. Okay, I'm not trying to destroy the forest on purpose. Sorry, complainers. But once you come in and take out some of this stuff, there's now a decent buffer zone to prevent the fire from getting too out of hand. And once you get that buffer zone, it's just a matter of putting the... Oh, hey. The city hall just destroyed itself in a blaze of flame. So, yeah, anything that blows up... Oh, hey, so did the mayor's house. Anything that, you know, gets destroyed by accident will return to the gift menu. So I've had several encounters with things getting destroyed and coming back in gift form again. But yeah, once you take care of those, then you're looking at putting the firefighters back into sort of a perimeter around the outsides of the fire. Again, depending on how many stations you have up or how many little units you can put out there to take care of the fire. So the more the better once you get a large population in place. Hopefully I'm not missing any fire still. Yeah, there's another one up there. But yeah, you'll have these little outbreaks all over the place, and like I said, the best way to take care of them is to bulldoze around them so that they don't spread crazily through your city. Anyway, let's bring up the city again. And rioters are the last ones on here, which is usually just these groups of people like this. All you really have to do is dispatch police, surround them. They will start fires. Again, it can be very useful to take out the zones so you can see exactly where these people are at. They're more or less like fires. You just have to kind of surround them in police units, and they'll eventually take care of it. And that's all the disasters in the game. You can kind of toss a bunch in at the same time and decimate the entire city if you really care to. Now we'll cover the scenarios real quick. It kind of just gives you a little rundown on all the different things in each scenario. Chicago, Davenport, Hollywood, Las Vegas. A lot of them are just, hey, there's a disaster. Take care of the disaster. Rebuild the city. Take care of its complaints for X amount of time, and hit a certain population cap or a certain monetary level, and you win. That's pretty much it. I really don't poke around with the scenarios too much, so we'll leave them as that. If you decide to pick up the game and play it, then you can go nuts with the, Dolesville if you want. Otherwise, that's pretty much the game. So, until next game, this is Ampillion, and we're saying goodbye to No Bog with plenty of floods and earthquakes and hurricanes. And maybe I'll break the game. There we go, Rioters. And let's toss a monster in there too. So we'll say goodbye to No Bog as it burns the ground. Where's my violin at? Have a good one, people.